So as we develop these projects, I know that our style seems to be, we work really well together, is we don't have a master plan that we stick with. We come up with general ideas and then grow them. Once it starts creating 3 dimensions, when we're creating that, then we see the next step. And instead of having it pre-planned, we work with it. And certainly Karen is the one that, once I have a vision and I share it with her, she takes off and runs with it. And in this particular case, she created the whole backstory as to what's happening in the cave. So as she's thinking about how she's building it, she's also thinking about what's the story. So why am I doing it this way? There's a story, and the pirates at this point, because it's a pirate thing, probably have names, and they probably have histories and stories and families and who they got marooned with and who they'll never see again. And the more that you do that, when you play with your mind, the more creative you can be. So am I right or wrong on, you know, at what point do you, there's a story here, and I know that you have a story to tell within the element of what's going on in there.
Yeah, I find like a backstory. It's nice to have it in mind. And right now, like Al said earlier, it's a pirate ship that came through the channels and was avoiding the English and got shipwrecked, and so the captain sits there, and Al's got a little surprise for the family up in the little cubby. It's a pirate skull. It's the skull of the previous captain after they mutinied, and the family wants a little bling because they have 2 girls and a boy, so there's got to be a little bling in there. So Kaylee came up with a fairy, so there's going to be like Captain Hook has Peter Pan has Tinkerbell. This captain's going to have a fairy. And so that's all incorporated. But what Al said earlier, that we work really well together. Yeah, I don't think I could work for anybody else because we're so, what one doesn't think of, the other does. And then if I have doubts, I always say, hey Al, what do you think of this? And if he says, he'll never say, oh, I hate it, it's ugly. He'll say, that might work or something like that. And then you know, okay, maybe your idea is a little off. And you never take offense to it because
it is what it is.
It is what it is, and that's what I love. We bounce ideas off each other so well, and neither one of us takes offense if the other one goes, maybe.
No. That's the beauty of creativity, though, and that's the beauty of collaboration. Because I think either one of us alone would do okay, but together we create spectacular. Yeah. And there's a difference. I don't have all the skill set to do all of that or the patience to do it all, but I can do certain elements and I can create certain things, but Karen is the one that has the patience that can stay with it. I could come out here every single day and do this with her, but I'll get lost in all the other things because there's a million other parts of the project where I know that I can pop in and go, here's my thinking, here's what's going on, can you do that? And she'll say yes or no based on whether she likes it or not, and then she'll go, yeah, I'm not sure that works, and we'll come up with another idea. And that really helps me manage everything else while still getting to have part of the creative fun. I don't get nearly the creative fun that you get anymore, but there's a certain element that I can own this as well, although the majority of the work is hers, and this is really you. But there's that piece of collaboration.
I always like your design, your conception, I'm construction is how I like to put it. And yeah, I need that jump in every now and then to know that I'm on the right path. And hey, is this what your vision is? Because you've got the ultimate vision, and then I share in it. But overall, I like your visions. I get pigeonholed. I get too focused in the detail. And he comes out and says, well, what about this? And expands my look again.
And then you create. I mean, then you obviously you perform. I mean, there it is, right there. This is her. This isn't me. This is conceptually me and structurally me to make sure that it's sound, but it really is her, and it's what's coming out of her brain.
Well, yeah, it's us. But going back to the theme of this summer with all the young people we've got coming in, I'll stand back with Katie, Kaylee, even Kyle early on at House and say, hey, what do you guys think of this? And as the summer has progressed, they've been more and more vocal and open to, you know, knowing that their ideas aren't going to be shot down, and they've come up with some phenomenal ideas and helpful ideas.
All you need to do is ask. People have so many great ideas, but they're afraid to share. And I think that's something we've really nurtured this year out of them is there's no stupid idea. Stay, you know, give it. We'll say yes or no, but give it, and they certainly have.
And even when it's conflicting, there was one at the Bows With that mural, I didn't know where to center. Oh, the square for the mural, the stonework of the mural. So I asked Jody, the landscaper. I had Jesse, and I had Kyle, and I had Kaylee, all giving points of view. And Kyle was the only one who was kind of dissenting, but he wasn't afraid to give that. This is why I think this way. And I thought that was just really cool that he was not afraid
to put
an opposing viewpoint.
Yeah.
Even though we went with the other way, because as we worked on it,
It made more sense or whatever.
it made, I was trying to figure out where to center it, and I kind of agreed with Kai. I kind of went both ways, but anyway. So yeah, it's been a great summer creatively.
Yeah. Yep. And there you go.
Yep.
That's what it is, and it's all about open discussion and talking and continually
Bouncing ideas
bouncing
off of
ideas. Yep, for sure.